This is Book Talk with Corbin, and I'm your host. This is a very special video I'm doing. It's on Assata Shakur. Assata Shakur is a coward, a political thug, and just a flat-out criminal. She was involved in the murder of a New Jersey police officer. This happened many years ago. She was given a fair trial, and she was found guilty. And then she somehow or another escaped from imprisonment, went into the underground here in the United States, and then she pops up in socialist-dominated Cuba. She has been issued legal stuff saying, hey, you need to come back to the United States and finish out your term. Let me repeat this. She's a thug. She's a criminal hoodlum. No better than that nutjob George Jackson that Angela Davis helped to escape. She wasn't legally convicted of that, but she was indicted for her involvement in his trying to escape from prison, where several people were killed in that escape attempt. Assata Shakur, more often than not, she's quietly venerated by black radicals in this country. Many of those black radicals involved in the so-called civil rights movement, they venerate her. They hold her up as a great hero. And I guarantee you, if you take this issue to them and push them on it, you'll begin to see their utter contempt they have for the United States of America and the complete loathing they have for law enforcement all throughout this country. It's time we stopped letting thugs, criminals, and cowards like her get away with their crime just because she's black and she's a female and she's talking all this stuff about black liberation. She's a thug. Violent criminal. She hates the United States of America. She participated in the murder of a New Jersey police officer. She was given a fair trial, and she still ran off. Ran off to Cuba. She needs to be brought home to justice. She needs to be brought back to the United States to serve out her sentence. Period. I don't care to hear about, oh, well, that will never happen. I don't care. You always stand up for what's right, regardless of what the consequences might be. And we need to do that in this situation. Pass a petition, send letters, just make it known about her presence, this coward in Cuba that is ruled by these communist thugs just like her. I hope to eventually have on my website, Book Talk with Corbin, a petition people can download and sign and pass around. And we'll send that to the White House, regardless of who's in the White House. They'll send it to some senators and all. We need some action on this. We need some action on this. Part of that petition is going to say his name, say his name, say his name. I mean, the police officer who was murdered. He was murdered. He was a father, he was a husband, and he was a public servant. And he was murdered, period. And his murderer is sitting down there in the beautiful island of Cuba. I would say some other things. A lot of celebrities who've gone to Cuba and often wonder if they haven't secretly met with her and sat down with that thug. I know one thing, and I don't try to speak for these two people, but I know if Trevor Loudon or Larry Elder were in Cuba, they had the opportunity to meet with her, they would meet with her and they'd say to her, you need to come back and face justice. That's what they'd say to her, unconditional. You need to come back and face justice. You were convicted in the murder of this police officer. You need to come back and face justice. She didn't need to hear, oh, you're a hero. You fight for the liberation of black people. No, you're not. You ain't a hero. You're a thug. You'll see a lot of pictures here showing her and George Jackson and people like her. Thugs who use the name of my people, the aspirations of my community, to justify doing horrific criminal activity. There's no justification for it. And she needs to be able to come. Just that simple. Thank you.